Hey guys, what's up? It's Simba here. Thank you so much for joining me on the Vision Board podcast. Hey guys, welcome to the Vision Board podcast. Okay, so this artist we have, she's Jordanier, 23 years of age. She's from Hamilton, pop, rap, songwriter. Angel J is with us. Angel, what's going on?
Hey y'all, my name is Angel J. I'm so happy to be here on the Vision Board podcast with Simba today to talk to y'all a little bit about what I do.
So for the people who don't know, like you started like just a year ago, right? So it's been a year you've been out here and you came out with Blow My Line. What's that response been like? How's the music world treating you?
So definitely the music world has been really good. Of course, like in the beginning, it's always a lot easier than compared to once you've been in it a year later. Things
Right.
start to get a little bit more intense. The pressure starts to get on. People are starting to expect more, but it's good for my growth. And it challenges me as well to continue to put out great content.
Hmm.
And yeah, so far it's been really good. And I definitely am excited to continue growing and sharing more music with my family.
Definitely. Your name, Angel J. It's interesting. The J, what does that stand for? How'd you come up with Angel? Where does the name come from?
So I used to go by JDA, so JDA, because my name is
Oh,
Jada.
oh, okay.
That's my first name. And it's spelled JADA, but if you just spell JDA, it still says Jada. So that was my original artist name. And then,
Interesting.
yes, this is before I started to put out music. And then one day, people always used to call me Angel, say, "You're such an angel." And I just feel like I'm a very pure-hearted, good-hearted person. And my sole mission is to bring light and love and positivity into people's lives. So I was like, you know what? Angel J felt a lot more aligned with who I actually was.
Right.
And so that's how I came about with that name. And it just stuck.
Angel J, Jada, JDA. Interesting. Okay, now I know. Just for the people who didn't know what the stood for, because even
Yeah.
Cardi B, I don't know what the B even means, so I just have to ask just for my own knowledge. Okay, but what was I
Yeah, I
gonna
don't
say? Your biggest aha moment. I mean, you've had so many moments in artists. I mean, could you remember off the top of your head the biggest one?
like my biggest aha moment, like when it came to like why I believe I should do music.
Yeah. Yeah, like for example, like okay, my biggest aha moment was probably like I remember like people recognizing me from what I do. Like I used to do acting, I did theater and people like
Damn.
recognize me on the street. Yeah, they're like, "Yo, aren't you the guy from like the Journey?" I'm like, "Oh wow, remember that?" That was like years ago, but that was my
Oh,
biggest aha moment. I don't know for you, it could be different. Like, what was that biggest
yeah.
aha, that
Yeah.
realization? What was it?
That's cool that you did theater. You do have a very recognizable face
Oh,
too.
thank
So
you. Thank
even
you.
after many years, I could imagine, you know. But for me, I would say my biggest aha moment was in 2018 well, 2019 when I actually moved here.
Hmm.
And before that, well, I was doing acting as well. And I was doing like dance and piano playing. And I would often go off, derail, and do other things because I have a lot of things I'm interested in.
Hmm.
But at the end of the day, no matter what I did, I would always come back to writing music and making music. But for some reason, I was always derailing and doing other things. And then when I started to make music, that I feel like I got the most traction when I did that. It's like
Mm.
people really liked when I did dancing and acting and or
Yeah.
when I did volleyball, but people loved when I made music. And it just felt right. Like that's just where I would go no matter how I was feeling. If I wrote a song or if I listened to some music, I would instantly feel better. So it just felt like I was always being guided in that direction, but I just wasn't ready yet to go there. And then when I started making music, I just had producers and other people I was trying to get some knowledge from telling me
Mm-hmm.
like, you really should do this. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
I could see you going really far. So that's when I realized like, I really should stick with the music. And that was when I moved here into Hamilton. And
Yeah.
it was a really difficult move for me. And that's the point when I realized music was for me, because that's when I met those individuals too. So
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah, I mean, those people that that push you on, that support, those are the people you need to keep a good grip on, because this industry is kind of shallow. So if you have
yeah,
good people around you, you'll make it. So no worries.
I, I
Hamilton, I mean, you mentioned Hamilton a couple of times. I was in Hamilton. I will say Hamilton is a very open concept city. A lot of work is starting to come out of, a lot of talent starting to come out of Hamilton, and I appreciate you coming on the Vision Board podcast. This is you. I don't know if you know that you're the second artist from, I have a couple of people who were on the show from Hamilton. You're the second one, so appreciate it.
hey, woohoo.
Appreciate that. But any advice you would give to someone trying to do this music, this acting, this art, how, like, any advice you have for those people coming up?
So that's actually really cool that you mentioned that their Hamilton is starting to get a little bit more recognition when it comes
Yeah,
to the art, because there is so much. I
yeah,
didn't know either. Like growing up in Mississauga, like you mainly familiar with that area and Toronto. So
yeah.
yeah, it's definitely a lot going on here. That will be get more traction eventually. But pretty much some advice that I have for artists who are getting into the music industry or and
Mm-hmm.
the entertainment business as a whole, as you
Mm-hmm.
said, whatever you decide to do. Um, my main advice is to be, this is probably cliche,
Yeah.
but consistency.
Oh,
Like it is really easy to put out your first song, but it's even harder to put out your second, third, or fourth song
you
because
need to break that down, Angel, because the people in the back are not listening. Like when you say second song, what do you mean by that? Because people don't know the coming back into it. Like coming
yeah.
with another heater. You came out with a banger, but now you gotta come up with another one and another one. Like, please break it down for the people in the back.
So basically, when I say that, I say usually in your first song, you will get the traction, you get the hype, people are really excited, and oftentimes your second song will also require, people want that same energy,
Yeah.
but sometimes I feel like that is when you realize whether why you're doing music, whether you
Mm,
did it to do it for one hit or whether you're doing it to make an impact and make multiple hits. I feel like everybody can make a one hit wonder, but to be a legend and to make hit after hit, it takes, you need to have some love for it, or eventually you will move on to something else or think this is not for me. And the pressure is also on as well, because people are going to expect more and more
yep.
and more. I know that when I listen to music, I'm expecting that artist's next song to be better than their last song, even if it was
Yep.
great. So that love needs to be there. And if you just are doing it either for attention, like temporary clout,
Well,
or you're
mm-hmm.
doing it just to ride the wave or the trend at that moment,
Yep.
it will be challenging for you to really reach that like star level that everybody wants. because it took a lot for them to get there and they had to care. And you have to work day in and day out. It looks like it's an easy thing to do, but when it comes to being mentally prepared for what people have to say, critics, it's a lot more that goes in behind the scenes. So I would say be consistent and just make sure you get yourself to drop that next song. And, don't try not to drop one song and then disappear,
Yeah. There you have it. You heard it from Angel J. Angel, what's next for you? Like, you're doing your thing, but what's in a few years, what can we expect from you?
So right now, I am definitely working on some singles and EPs that I will be dropping closer to the winter time. I
Yep.
just my summer single, Mama.
Ooh.
So yeah, love that song. What
Oh
you think
man.
about that song?
I heard Mama and I thought about my mama. And I was like, man, we need more of this. We need more of this, like appreciation for mothers. Shout out to all the moms, by the way. But
Yeah,
I like the flow. You really flew. You came in, you swerved on the beat, and you did your thing. I'm gonna that was gonna be my last question. If I could put that Mama song on the outro for your pod.
yeah, for sure, for sure.
Okay.
Definitely give a little clip to anybody who hasn't heard it yet. If you haven't, y'all go check it out. My Instagram is that girl Angel J. You'll find it on there, and then you'll find it tagged into the podcast. So definitely check out the song, show some mama some love,
Y'all go
and
tap in
yeah,
with Mama. The single just
gotta go
came out.
tap in.
Final last question, Angel. Do you think money buys happiness?
Absolutely not.
Oh,
I believe that money buys you comfort, which can make you feel more happy. But I mean, I believe that you need to have happiness within before you have the money. Just because, like, for example, before, if I was in a bad mental space and I went and bought a designer jacket, nothing changed. If I felt like it would, but nothing changed. But when I was happier and I was excited and I was in a good mental space, I would go and buy the jacket and I was just in love with it and I would just wear it and I'd be happy to be in it.
yeah,
You know,
exactly.
it's
Yeah.
kind of like that thing. Like, but I believe that it can buy happiness, like maybe not happiness, but it can buy you comfort and you can do things that can make you happy.
Yeah, I guess temporary happiness. I mean, it's up to you. All right, Angel J, that's a wrap. Y'all go stream Mama. That's her final song of choice. And Angel, we appreciate you hopping on the Vision Board podcast. Shout out to you. Best of luck. We'll keep in touch. Have a great day. Later.
Yeah, we'll keep in touch, guys, and look out for more music coming out during the fall. And yeah, thanks you for having me, Simba, on the Vision Board podcast.
No problem.
It's been a great time, and yeah, stay blessed, y'all.
All right, later. Bye.
See ya. Bye.